And my last but final review for you today is A Sorcery of Thorns by Margaret Rogerson. I finished this last night, and I started reading like 100 pages of it last night, and I was like, I was going to stop, but then I looked and I was like, it's only 456 pages. I only have like 40 pages left. Let's just knock this thing out of the park. And I loved it. So this is by the same author as An Enchantment of Ravens. I have not read An Enchantment of Ravens. It is currently in my Amazon cart waiting to be purchased when I get my Amazon gift card for Christmas. And yeah, I'm just so excited, which after reading this, like, I'm even more excited to read this. I mean, An Enchantment of Ravens was like her debut novel, but I'm like, if this one is this good and I love it this much, I am so going to love An Enchantment of Ravens. Plus, it's fairies. I love fairies, as you can clearly tell. I've read so many fairy books this year. It's ridiculous. So yeah, we're gonna talk about characters. The main character is Elizabeth, and she's an orphan. She showed up on the steps of one of the great libraries of the kingdom, and they kind of like took her in, and she's an apprentice librarian type, but like the books, they're alive. Like, they're grimoires, so like spell books for sorcerers, but they're alive. They have souls. Some of them scream, some of them bite people's fingers off. They spit ink at people, and I just love that so much. It's so interesting. So yeah, she was taken in, and this is kind of like her story. Next, we're gonna talk about Nathaniel, and he's the main love interest. He's a sorcerer, and when Elizabeth and Nathaniel meet for the first time, she hears that a sorcerer is coming to the Great Library. So her and her friend Katrin kind of like sneak into one of the reading rooms, which is where like the sorcerers look at the grimoires and like get the spells that they need. And she sees him and she's like, holy fuck, he's attractive and he's normal. Like, he doesn't look like, he doesn't look evil. He doesn't have like some weird like demon's mark, which we'll get to that later. So yeah, and she nearly like crushes him with a bookcase, and it's hilarious, and I loved it. Silas is Nathaniel's demon servant, and he is adorable despite being a demon. And even though he's like, he tells them like, I'm not human, like I don't really have like human feelings, and you shouldn't trust me because I'm a demon and I'm inherently evil. But oh my god, I love Silas. Like, which makes it even more heartbreaking because something happens at the very end of the book, but then you think maybe something else is going to happen, and I'm not going to go into that because it's just, you need to read this book. Plot. So, there are about 5 or 6 great libraries in the kingdom, and as I said, they hold grimoires. Now, if a grimoire goes bad, it turns into a malefic, and the director of the library usually has a sword that can kill a grimoire, and like, because they mutate into these like really horrendous, ugly looking monsters. So one of the grimoires gets loose, and Elizabeth, after the director dies, grabs her sword and kills the malefic. Sorcerers aren't happy about that because they're like, yo, this book is like really old and you just like destroyed it, so all those spells are gone, so you need to answer for your crimes or like explain to us what happens. So she's taken to the home of the sorcerers, basically, to like stand trial and like give her expert testimony basically about what happened. And that's kind of like where the book takes off. I loved that there were, in my opinion, so many references to Black Butler, which is a manga and an anime. If you haven't seen it, Black Butler is about a demon, is about a is about a little boy named Ciel whose parents have been killed, and so he makes a deal with a demon named Sebastian to get revenge on whoever killed his family. And Ciel has a demon's mark, and his demon's mark is over one of his eyes. The same thing basically happens in this book. The demons are how the sorcerers get their powers, so they have to make a deal with a demon, bargain away part of their life, and then they get a demon's mark. Nathaniel's is a strip of like silver hair, like right at his temple, and he has like jet black hair, so it stands out really badly. Ashcroft, who you figure out something about him later, he's his demon mark is one of his eyes. One of his eyes is red. So again, a lot like Black Butler. And Silas, who is Nathaniel's demon servant, as I've said, is also his like butler. So I loved it. So now we're going to get into romance and chemistry. The romance between Elizabeth and Nathaniel is beautiful, and I loved it. And OTP right there. But Nathaniel's relationship with Silas, oh my God. It's like bromance, and it's beautiful, and I love it. And like Silas is like, I'm a demon, I don't have feelings. And Elizabeth's like, yeah, I kind of don't see that. I know you love Nathaniel, but you love him, like, not romantic love, obviously, but, like, he cares for him extremely because he's been taking care of Nathaniel since he was 12. So, and Nathaniel's 18 in this book. So he's been taking care of this kid for, like, 6 years, getting him dressed, making sure the house is in order, making sure he stays out of trouble. And so, basically, it's just, like, kind of a father figure, but kind of a best friend at the same time. And it's just beautiful. I love their relationship so much. I need more male relationships that are like bromances. I mean, I have nothing against male romances, like romantic relationships, but I just feel like I need more bro TPs like Klaus and Diego from Umbrella Academy, if you haven't watched the TV show on Netflix. Those two are bros, and I love them. So, yeah, I loved this book. I cannot wait to get an Enchantment of Ravens. I don't know when I'm going to read it, but I will read it, and I will love it. So, yeah, that is the end of my reviews for you today. I'll be doing a different kind of review tomorrow, so you won't be seeing this for a while, but you know who you are. You requested it, so you'll see it, trust me. So yeah, I will see you guys later. Bye!